Hi, I'm here in Massachusetts, and I decided to stop by and see my friend Chris Martenson. We sort of track the same type of things. He's got a bit more of a broader outlook of what's going on in the world. I tend to focus more on economics, but he's got the same type of sense of what's going on in the world as I do. Can you tell me more about how you're feeling about what's going on in the economy right now?
Well, sure, of course. And Mike, first, it's such a pleasure to have you here at my home. This is a real
Thanks.
treat, and it's been just wonderful to get to know you over time. And so you get to see, who I am and how I do things. And I am very much about being resilient at this point in time. And I'll tell you why. My spidey senses tell me that the world economy is coming to the end of this third large bubble cycle. It's the everything bubble. We've got all kinds of things rumbling under the ground right now. We've got arcane stuff like these Fed repo rates blowing up on them and banks not lending to each other overnight. And lots of pressure with China and all sorts of things. So globally, look, we're due for a recession. We always knew one was coming. Mm-hmm. But the degree of panic that's obvious in the central bankers' faces and actions and words, where they can't even allow a tiny down wiggle in the markets without freaking out and easing some more and doing all this, just tells me, look, we don't know what's happening behind the scenes right now, but I can tell you that the credit bubble's going to burst at some point. They're fighting it tooth and nail. I'm of the mind that they can't prevent that from happening forever. And so
they can only push it off.
They can only push it off, but when they do, it's just worse, right?
Exactly. So you believe, as I do, that when they do a manipulation, it stores energy. That energy is going to be released later when the free market overwhelms their manipulations.
Yeah, we've got 80 bags of cement on the roof right now, and they'll put 85 if they have to, but at sometime the roof collapses, right?
Yeah.
And it's you don't want to be under it when that happens. So I'm just busy, like you, trying to warn and tell people you need to be ready for this. You need to be psychologically ready. Remember 2008? It's just panic time, and people are scared, and they're selling at the wrong moments. They don't know what to do. So our view at Peak Prosperity is, look, you have to understand what's happening. So get the context. Watch the hidden secrets of money to understand what's happening in the money world. Watch the crash course to figure out how energy ties into that, and how the environment now increasingly is a big problem in this story. And then only have as much of that information as you need to begin to take action, right? I want people to take action. I want them to protect their wealth. I want them to begin to think about what they need in their lives to be more resilient. And increasingly, people are saying some really surprising stuff. 10 years ago, when you and I were doing this, I don't think people would have come up and said what they are now. And they're saying, I think I need community. I think I need to be around other people who think this way. I think you're getting this sense of people wanting to really not be isolated with this, and that we're going to have to band together in some critical ways to get through this next period. That's how bad I think people's intuition is saying it might be.
Yeah, and there are, it's individuals coming to these conclusions on their own and then seeking out other people that are coming to this same conclusion. But it does seem like there's something really bad coming. I was always about the opportunity that every crisis contains. Well, this crisis does contain opportunity, but there's a lot of defensive positioning that you really got to get ready for something. There's something big coming, and for most people it's going to be pretty bad. So anyway, your websites are peakprosperity.com mm-hmm. and resilientlife.com, mm-hmm. right?
That's
right.
Yeah.
So everybody should go there and take a look at Chris's websites, but he's got the same sense that I do, that this is like, I come from California, and there we've got something called the big one, and it's the San Andreas Fault, and it just keeps on building up pressure, and it's way overdue. Well, we're in the longest economic expansion in U.S. history, and toward the end, it was the second longest economic expansion, and we did tax cuts. And now we're cutting rates, and it doesn't seem to be for any real good reason. Normally they cut rates when a recession happens. They're just trying to push this thing off a little bit longer, but when this thing breaks, it's going to be huge. So anyway, Chris, thanks for being with us on this video. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's great to see you here.
Thanks.